Another question is best side hustles for youth pastors. And I have just a few notes here, and I've done, by the way, a number of side hustles. Okay, I am side hustling right now, right here on YouTube. I'm having a side hustle. This is my side hustle. It's not even my main thing, but I do it because my side hustle is I write curriculum. I have events. I have not events, but I write curriculum. I create events that, that you can download, that you can purchase from me. And I hope that you do. I hope that you will say, look, Paul, I would love to go and purchase any of your stuff. You can go to gumroad.com/youthmenresources. So that's a side hustle right there, by the way. If you have a hobby that you want to turn into a thing, well, you can do that. Gumroad, if you have resources that you want to sell, if you have services you want to sell, let's say you're great at copy editing. Let's say you're good at, just editing things, or maybe you're good at, some sort of art. You can sell that on Gumroad, physical things. You have to ship it out and all that. But let's say you're good at guitar and you want to do guitar lessons. Well, do guitar lessons, rather than trying to go out and something that sucks up all your time. Do what's good and then establish what you're good at, and put that out there and say, hey, I'm really good at this. Or maybe you're good at carpentry and say, hey, I can fix some things. I can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And in your spare time, put it out there in your community. One of the best things you could do is establish that if you are good at painting houses, doing interior painting, things like that, go on Facebook. It's a great way to do this, or even on Instagram. And just start putting it out there. That's what you do. And people will come to you, right? Establish your prices, all that kind of good stuff. And then go to Facebook and say, hey, every city has a community group on Facebook. It says what's happening in, Birmingham, what's happening in Pleasant Grove, what's happening in whatever your city may be. Find that place and then start establishing yourself as that is what you do. So you put that out there and say, okay, I'm really good at X. So whether it's interior painting, mowing lawns, whatever that is, those are all side hustles, things you can do on the weekends, things that won't take up a ton of your time, but it's something you can do from time to time to make the extra $50, $100, all those things. But like I said, if you want to support my side hustle, well, then go to gumroad.com/youthmenresources and find something to buy and say, Paul, I like what you do, buddy. I like the cut of your jib. But yeah, another thing is get your CDL, right? Get your CDL. You could drive a school bus in the fall. That's morning and afternoons. Now, I've never done that, but I have my CDL that if I need to drive or do something, then maybe I can use somebody else's vehicle and they can pay me to do those things. Yard sale flips, right? If you have a hobby where you really have a good eye for something, your collectible, whether it's comic books or, mugs or, whatever it is you may, t-shirts or fashion or, purses. Look, go to yard sales on a Saturday. I've done this where I've bought Lego stuff and flipped it and made an extra $20 just by, I bought it and then put it immediately up on Facebook Marketplace and it sold. So, and that's another thing. If you have stuff just laying around your closet, you want to make extra money, just sell what's in your closet, what's in your garage, what's in your stuff. Those are great ways to do that. But you can establish and say, listen, I can, find a decent purse, or I can restore something and resell it. Those are great ways to do that. Another site you can go to is Fiverr.com. That's Fivver.com. It's another place like Gumroad, like where I sell my resources. But Fiverr has a lot of things. Let's say you're really good at, video editing, or you're good at podcast editing, or you're good at, making something physical, or you can, like I said, edit people's papers, things like that. Well, you can establish that. That's something that's income all the time. And so I've used that plenty of times for writing, for, all those things. And it's, benefited me when I've needed some cash, on the side. So yeah, so I would say best side hustles is something that you're good at, that you can put out into the world and control your time. If you're getting part-time jobs and things like that, that's going to, maybe mess up your schedule a little bit. So I would encourage you to look at what you have, see what you're good at, go through Fiverr or Gumroad or something like that, and be able to sell what you're good at. Otherwise, do all the other things, right? It's not just one thing, do multiple things. Take all the things that I just said and use that to your advantage so that you can go ahead and get a little extra cash in your pocket. Oh, by the way, if you are interested, here's where this comes in, right? Because if you're interested in some devotions, I have these devotions here. I created a little devotion book, 21 Days to Creating a Holy Habit of Hustle. Link will be in the description. So if you want 21 days, you say, I want this hustle mentality. I take quotes from a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk, and I put it in context of scripture and say, okay, well, that's nothing new under the sun. I just take what he says and say, all right, hey, look, I need some motivation. So one way, like I said, you can support what I do. Go ahead and get this 21 Days of Creating a Holy Habit of Hustle. And I offer some ideas in there as well.